Hi there, Ellwood City sports fans, alongside Laurel Spartans fans. Welcome into Lincoln High School Big Gym here in Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, as we bring you live coverage of tonight's matchup. It is the Laurel Spartans taking on the Ellwood City Wolverines wrestling teams. 6 o'clock here is the junior high matchup. We'll have those representatives for both teams here shortly. And then at 7 o'clock will be the varsity level matchups. A little bit of a delay, not too much here, as the numbers for both of these teams are outstanding for the number of wrestlers that are competing tonight. For the Wolverines, they have the co-sponsorship with Beaver Falls and have grandfathered in the Riverside Athletics as well. They have 12 individuals that have to be weighed, measured, and whatnot. On the flip side, the Laurel Spartans are representing 23 individuals who could wrestle in tonight's match. So everybody's getting weighed and measured in the back. And they just finished that up and wrapping it up. We'll try to do our best with rosters. When they do the weights and measurements, we usually get the material a little bit late, but that's just how it goes. So we'll go through the rosters eventually, and we'll have our first match. And it's a tough one for the Wolverines to start off the season. Laurel historically has been a really, really good program at the 2A level, with this being in Section 5, the eastern section of wrestling in Whippules. They had a good, tough battle to start off the season. They went to the Sheets Kickoff Classic down at Greenville High School, and they had to play the likes of Sagertown, Slippery Rock, Brashear, Northeast, and Sharpsville, and that Sharpsville team is really darn good as well. Laurel came out of that kickoff classic 1-4. They defeated Brashear 59-18. But those are just expositions. They're just meant to kick off the season. The true season begins tonight, as this is a section game for both, or section match for both teams. So we'll let them do the warm-ups here. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back for junior high here, just about 6:05, 6:10 range. We'll have the varsity at 7 live on the camera next on Ellwood City Sports. So stay with us, folks. A little bit of a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll kick this one off. All right, folks, welcome back here. We're going to just give you guys a little bit of an update. The Ellwood City Wolverines are now warming up. Laurel just finished their warm-up. So the junior high team's warming up for Ellwood City. While we have this time and to get past the chaos of rosters and who's weighing in and whatnot, unfortunately we don't have a list just yet. But we're going to go through the rosters for both teams real quick. That way we at least mention everybody's name. So we're going to start with Laurel Spartans. The 5 girls that are going to be competing are Alexis Brua. She is a senior for Laurel. Contessa Codalis, a freshman. Mackenzie Main, a senior. Cameron McVeigh, senior. And Alyssa Stewart, a sophomore for the Spartans. For the boys, 18 of them for Laurel Spartans, and that's Archer Brua. He's a freshman who usually weighs in at the 114 class level. Ashton Campbell, junior, at the 145-152 range. Colton Carlson, a sophomore at 189. Braxton Carr is a sophomore. Nathan Hill, sophomore at 160. At the 114-120 range is Logan Ketzel, a freshman for the Spartans. Reed Ketzel, a junior at 127. Ashton Main, a freshman at 160. Jack Miles, a sophomore at 172. William Moore, a senior at 189. Trevor Presner, a junior. Colin Raleigh, a sophomore at 215. Taylo Simone, a sophomore at 139. Noah Spencer, senior, 145 to 152 range. Seth Weldon, a sophomore, 133-139. Dominic Willis, a freshman at 172. And Casey Wilson at the 285 level. For those who are wondering, those are the Laurel Spartans for the match tonight. For Ellwood City, you've got the starting lineup here. The senior for the Wolverines, the lone senior. He has weighed in and has competed at the 145, 150, 152, 160, and 172 range. Has a 28-47 record. That's Chris Quintanilla. The junior at the 113, 114, 121, and 127 range with a 40-25 record, Derek Allen. The junior at 215, 285, Nick Kuhnfair. Junior and new to the team, one of our offensive linemen of the year for the section of 3A, for 2A football, and that is Evan Twiddell. He'll be joining the wrestling team. Also, a couple other newcomers, sophomore Cheyenne Berglund for the team. Sophomore Perry DuBois. PJ will be competing as well. Declan O'Brien from the football team, a sophomore, will be as well. And finally, another one, Tristan Reynolds as well from the football team, a sophomore, wrestling his first year for the Wolverines. Sophomore at 132, 133, 139, 145, and 152 range. That's Gavin McClure. He comes in with a 21-12 record. Then the 3 freshmen that we have on the team, Mason Barsotti, Colton Golo, as well as Grant Jevkak for the Wolverines. So we'll take one more timeout here, and we'll get the mat ready to go here shortly as we are about ready to start the junior high match, I would say, in the next 5 minutes. Stay with us, folks. All right, folks, welcome back here. We're about ready to get underway here shortly. We're going to have our captain's meeting for the junior high teams as the officials going through some rules and regulations and the flip of the coin here basically to determine the positions. You'll see that the official has some wristbands on, some green and red. One team will be green, one team will be red as they award points. I believe green tonight is Ellwood City, and I think red will be Laurel, because the coin flip was green, and he is conversing with Ellwood City first. For those looking for the varsity matchup, that'll be 7 o'clock tonight, so right after junior high is officially done, we'll have varsity right afterwards. Those looking for the boys basketball team, Lawrence County Sport Network is our friends over there at LCSN, and James Dotson from Union High School is going to be covering that. So if you want to check that one out, they're doing the varsity game only. That'll be at 7:30. So we'll give you guys updates as much as possible throughout the evening for that one. A big one as Union lost last night 66-59 to Shenango, an interesting Shenango team, and Ellwood City unfortunately has had a rough go at it so far in District 10 games. They had Hickory a couple days ago, and then they had the Slippery Rock Rockets last night. Both games very competitive. There were some really good spurts there where the Ellwood City defense actually came through and looked very, very well, and then unfortunately the offense kind of struggled in the end. So we'll keep an eye and a tabs on that one. That'll be our next broadcast, and that is Friday night. So in 2 days, we'll be covering Ellwood City boys basketball versus Ambridge. That one will be played here, the first game of the year at home for the boys basketball team. Tomorrow is photos and media day for Clark Studios for the yearbook. So for those parents who are parents of athletes here for winter sports, just a friendly reminder that tomorrow right after school here in the big gym will be those photos. So a busy week as we kicked off winter sports just technically last week on Friday. That's carried over. The next 5 to 6 weeks are going to be very busy with a little bit of breaks in between as well, with Christmas break as well. So a little bit of a delay here still. I think they're going to finalize and getting some information here about our lineup. So we'll take one more timeout, guaranteed last timeout, before we start the junior high match. All right, folks, here we go. We are finally underway here at the junior high level. Clock is rolling as we speak. We have our first matchup here. All right. Make sure we get everything going here.
So we've got Laurel attempting a go behind here, and there's a 2-point takedown. This is Peyton Tanner for the Wolverines, and I won't know who the Laurel wrestlers are in junior high. Oh, she's got a cradle lock. Oh, and there's the fall at 46 seconds remaining in the first. So that's 44-second fall. Okay, looks like we've got Corday Crum coming out for Ellwood City. And again, we won't really know who the Laurel Junior High wrestlers are tonight, but we'll just fill you in on the action.
So while we have some time here, again, my name is Brad Windhorst for LSC Sports alongside Mr. Matt Wally. We do appreciate you helping us out tonight.
Oh, no problem, Brad. This is a great time. It's wrestling season. I'm excited. There's a 2-point takedown, and Laurel's going to cut him right away. Go back and get some more. There's another double leg. Okay. Cutting him again. Give him the escape to try to get another takedown. Well, I don't think he was awarded the escape. There's the escape. And another straight on double. Cuts him. There's the escape. He's happy to play catch and release as long as he can just fire away on the doubles. Need a little better head and hand defense. Maybe a sprawl. We're going for a roll through tilt. And our referee, Steve Snyder's counting the back points. Looks like he's holding 2. There's a 2-point near fall.
So that'll end the first period here. Minute 30 up on the clock at the junior high level. 2 minutes for the varsity level. 10-3 lead here for Spartans.
Down. And there's your 1-point escape. Corday hustled to stay behind and keep position. But just gave up a little too much space, and there's another double leg. And he tried a cradle, but ended up with just a deep half. That'll be 3 more back points. Gonna cut them again. They're out of bounds before another takedown. Just simply running behind there. We're at a 14-point lead, so if he scores here, he's going to try to get the fall, but any points will, prior to Corday scoring would end up in a technical fall. Oh, and that's the end of the period.
All right, so we'll head to the third period here. Score 18-4 in this individual match here.
And there's a 2-point reversal. I think it was a reversal. Did he start on bottom or start neutral? I was looking down at my sheet. Sorry.
It's okay. It's officially 5 points there awarded for the Laurel Spartans. So we'll reset the board here. 17-0 Laurel early here.
$17-0. What are they doing? Taking forfeits in a junior high match?
I believe
We've
so.
only wrestled 2 matches. Here's Braden McClure for Ellwood City. He's one of our more experienced junior high wrestlers. Fires off a nice double. Braden's got a nice quick shot. Got a cross wrist ride. And 2.5. That's deep. Just needs to settle. That's a fall.
And there we go. So quick 6 points there for Ellwood City. They get up on the board. 17-6 now officially.
You can tell that this is the first match of the year, Brad, because they set the mats up in the wrong direction.
Yeah, we were kind of noting that. Dakota and I were talking about. They were like, that doesn't seem 100% accurate.
These kids require a good bit of supervision, especially in the setup and cleanup of mats. Okay, this looks like Cohen to Joseph coming out for Ellwood City. We have a couple other kids on the roster, but I don't know if they're coming out later or didn't have matchups for them. But that's Cohen.
Let's go, Pete!
Cohen's a 7th grader coming out from our youth program. He's got a few years of experience down there, so we'll see how he puts that to use. They're kind of pittering around in a collar tie without anybody really gaining a good position or getting the opponent out of position so far. Kind of feeling each other out. Cohen's got a 2-on-1 there if he can get head position. Well, he's got front headlock. He's in go behind position. Chance, there he goes. Not yet. Got to get his hips behind. There's control. 2-point takedown. Got a crossface. There, he's trying to pop the elbow up. Get up on top of that head. Short time here left in the first. Good work there. I can see that Cohen's really running the half the way that Coach Fleming teaches it. With that forearm across the head and get to the half. I'd like to see him sink it a little deeper. There he goes. He's trying to tighten up. Get off his hip, get chest to chest. But he's got a lot of time here. He can adjust. It's a miserable position to be in if you're the Laurel wrestler. And there's the fall with 31 seconds left in the second.
So that'll put Ellwood City now officially up to 12, 17-12 here. Back-to-back individual victories here.
And Cohen looked good there. You can tell that he's wrestled in the youth program, and that's just so important. If kids would just get into the youth program and stick with it, they will find success. There's just so few kids that stick around and don't get to 20, 25 wins in their high school careers at the senior year, junior, senior year, if they just keep coming back. And that experience really shows.
We've had a very successful youth program recently with the rec organization, and now expanding with co-op with Beaver Falls. So, and you said it, the numbers have gone up dramatically when they first brought back wrestling. Those numbers have just continued to build and build.
I believe this is Larica Aviles, if I'm saying that correctly, for Ellwood. We have a couple girls going, she ducks under. Just needs to bring her to the mat. Need a mat return for the points. Oh, she got a little too aggressive there. Rolled through, taken down, and she's in a bad spot. Oh, the initial duck under was nice.
So 6 points there for Laurel. Nice little maneuver there. I like the aggression. Unfortunately, this time around it cost you. And now put up 6 up on Laurel, 23-12 now. And you said it, Matt. This is it's great. Laurel came in. They were taking up a whole section here of individuals, and it is great to see it is replicated on the opposite side. Ellwood City's got a bunch of kids standing, which is perfect. We like to see the numbers continue to go up.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, it's a long, tough season if you have a small room. You know, it just makes things more fun and more manageable when you have some kids in the room to work with and be together. I mean, it's an individual sport, but doing it alone, it can be a grind.
Right.
So having teammates around it is really nice.
Absolutely.
Good to have our numbers up. Would be Toby Chiefo from Ellwood City. Again, I don't know him personally from my days coaching. He's I believe an 8th grader at Ellwood.
Yeah, we had a decent amount of football players coming into the wrestling room, which is great. We like to see that. We had a couple in the past, and we were just looking at the varsity level even. We expanded on that like crazy, and it's great to see the middle school and junior high coming through as well.
Takes a double, got his head stuffed a little bit, but right to a head nod, but he's getting too far over. Got to recover. Toby's an athletic kid, you can tell right away. Good hips, no scoring yet, but he's in good position. Drive through that and you get it. Keep running the feet, there's 2. Like to see him break his opponent down before he starts hanging that arm out over front. Get off his knees to get some pressure forward to get that breakdown. Then you can go to work on top. His hips are down low. He needs to recover his hips. Okay, give the 1. Get up, get up. Goes upper body again. That's a pin. He's flat. There's a short time. He might escape this situation. But obviously I can't see the far side there, but just knowing the way that shoulder blades work, I have a hard time believing they weren't down.
They did award 3 points there for Ellwood City. GFO, so he's up 5-0.
Should have been 5 points. There was a takedown also. The score is not correct. Unless he never gave an escape. I thought they scored takedown, escape, takedown, 3 near fall, but apparently he didn't give the escape. So said that Toby never lost control. Now, Toby, being inexperienced, didn't know what he really needed to do there was post a hand and to work in instead of keeping 2 hands on that leg where he got stretched out, gave up a takedown on the go behind. But he'll learn that.
Down to about 20 seconds in the period.
Keep his head away from his knee. There's a half. It's not real deep. If he could punch the right arm through. Oh, he's fighting it. There's a short time left here.
3 seconds up on the board.
Yep, we're going to get out of the period.
Woo. Very close. No award, 3 points there as well.
So both guys have been in really bad shape on their backs, and should be interesting to see what happens here in the third.
So 5 apiece here. Last opportunity to see who gets those points.
This kid's reaching back.
Wow.
If Toby would jump over and throw the half, it's there. But he's getting back point. He's got swipes. He got back points out of that just on the kid reaching back, which is, one of the cardinal sins in wrestling. There are exceptions to everything. You kind of reach back when you hit a switch, but reaching back over somebody's back, it's asking for trouble. So at this point, I don't see that they've awarded back points. I saw the swipes.
Yet.
And he doesn't appear to be holding. Maybe he was giving individual one swipes instead of counting to two. Now, Toby's in a Merkle position, but he doesn't know it. If he'd have wrapped up and taken that headlock, he could have rolled through and just doesn't have the experience to recognize what position he's in. So there's a 2-point reversal. Referee's holding 2 back points. Of course, it could become 3. Oh, okay. So he's off. He's going to award the 2 back points. I think he's off his back and out of the. No, he still has a half. So he's going to hang on. Hold those 2, see what develops. He's going to come out the back door here.
He is coming out the back door. Wow. Wow. Move by Toby here. Opportunity with 2 seconds left.
And now the 2 back points are awarded.
Yep. Good bout there. Wow.
That was an exciting step there. A lot going on. Some action. You can tell Toby's gassed. I don't think he's ever probably wrestled a match in his life. So that first time, it's a shock to the lungs.
That's great to watch. So 3 points up on the board officially for Laurel. That makes it now 26-12. But a really good match. One of the better ones at the junior high level we've seen. That one lasted pretty darn long. Full 3 periods.
Ellwood City is sending out Jaden DeLauder, who looks like he's about a head shorter than his opponent.
In your opinion, what's better? What's better, length or compact body?
Well, you have to learn to wrestle to your body type. So you can make them either one work. I know that long, lanky guys, they have those levers, and they can be leeches on top.
Because I know
the shorter guys can be more explosive. You look for maybe a kind of a double leg, blast double leg, or a high crotch out of the shorter guy.
So I know with your last name, you trained somebody that had some pretty good
tall.
length.
Yeah, he was tall. And he I think, preferred wrestling shorter guys to longer guys. He had a long reach. Mm-hmm. And there's a takedown, a cut, another takedown, and they're going to a backhand tilt, basically. Try to score some back points for Laurel. And he's getting swipes. Steve Snyder holding 2. He's going to cut him again. Go again.
About 15 seconds here.
There's another double. Got to get your head and hands out in the way. That's first defense on your feet. And quite honestly, that's why God gave you a face, to stop takedowns.
So 8-2, first period there.
You know, in this offseason, Jaden got longer and leaner, and he's still not quite in the height range of his opponent. Not even close, but I don't think he's really changed weight very much. He just kind of redistributed.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they're going to be taking a look at the right arm here for the Spartans individual. I think he's got the wrap there on his wrist area.
Yeah, he must have a little blood, blood time.
taking the wristband off, and we're good to go.
So Ellwood's going to go with top. Give it a chance. He hasn't had much success on his feet, so Laurel's right out. And there's a takedown and another cut. So give Jaden the escape. A little strange looking low single there. And beautiful technique, but going to get the 2 points out of it. And essentially that reaching back and hooking the leg is what we talked about before. That's still reaching back. If you reach back, you better be inside, not out around the leg. But he thought better of it, took his arm back. It looks like they've got a Laurel wrestler's got a power half in.
And there's the horn. So second period over. A little bit work to be done here. 13-3 going to the third.
Laurel's going down. He's just, he's pretty much getting what he wants here. So a little work from the bottom position. Jaden's getting his wrist tied up in the neutral position, and then another two. And see what I mean about reaching back for that leg? Basically put himself in a cradle. Made it an easy cradle for Laurel. And the ref's holding two, but now there's more swipes. Can maybe get it up to the full 5 count for 3 points. Yes. He's holding 3, releases the hold, will award the 3, 18-3, and that's the tech.
All right. Points up on the board, 5 of them here for Laurel. Makes it now 31-12 Spartans. Looks like forfeit points there for Laurel.
Okay, Lewis Leslie coming out for Ellwood. I think they'll probably wrap up the junior high after this match, and then let the varsity teams get their warm-ups in and try to get things started. It's kind of no takedown awarded, kind of a little sloppy collar tie reach. And a duck. And don't want to reach back over his back. But he took it out of there. Doesn't look like either wrestler's too anxious to move at this point. cross wrist roll, tilt. I don't understand why he didn't award the 2. He was holding 2. He changed the hold he had. So still holding 2. But now there's a cradle. Oh, and he gets out of that.
About 10 seconds here. All right.
Looks like Lewis just isn't really sure what he wants to go for. You know, Lewis, he's been at this a couple weeks only, and as you can see, he's not quite sure how to line up or what, what really transpires. This is his first wrestling match, and
this is where you get that learning technique. It was nice to see the officials.
Better to learn in junior high than in high school.
Absolutely.
So Coach Fleming will teach him, get him where he needs to be. And that's a fall. I mean, again, he's just not sure what's going on, because that's not really a move that you expect to get a pin out of. That's just a cheap tilt for back points. But live and learn.
All right, so I believe that officially makes the result at the end. Officially, I want to say 42-12. They didn't reward that last little bit there, but anyways, the junior high team for Laurel Spartans picked up the victory. We're going to take a little bit of break. I know, Mr. Wall, you got to take a little trip across there and get some information.
I'm going to go down to the score table and find out what weight varsity is going to start at, and then hopefully narrow it down to who might be coming out at what weight classes, and
perfect.
We'll go from there.
Sounds
we
good.
Have
so
both rosters, and we'll be able to at least identify the kids in this match.
100%. We'll take a little bit of time out. We'll bring you varsity matchup here shortly. right, folks, welcome back into Lincoln High School Big Gym here. It's Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the varsity matchup here against the Laurel Spartans. Again, Laurel Spartans came in taking on at the Sheets Kickoff Classic here, Greenville High School. So they came in 1-4. Ellwood City, they're kicking it off in a great bout to start the season, and Laurel Spartans, kind of the class of the section the past couple of years. So, but one of the things we talked about in the junior high match was a lot of individuals on both sides. 23 official on the roster for Laurel, and we got 12 at the varsity level alone for Ellwood City. So big lineups here for both teams. Sitting alongside me is...
Well, Brad, go ahead. You can introduce me.
Yeah. Is the
And then I'll
legendary.
contradict you.
The legendary. Mr. Matt Wally. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing just great.
Good,
Anxious
good.
to get this season underway. I don't know what our official roster number of kids is at Ellwood. We weighed in 15 tonight.
Awesome.
So I don't know. This
Well, I know this
looks
list is
like
going
it's
to
a
be
little out of date.
it's going to be a little bit outdated, and it's going to be added to, no doubt. So they're going through the different levels of class weights and whatnot. We wait to officially get underway. Ellwood City obviously in their blue and white jerseys. On the flip side, Laurel Spartans green and white.
Yeah, Laurel, they've had our number for a few years now.
Yes,
they've
they
had
had.
some real strong teams, but this year they're young. As you said,
Yes.
they're 1-4 coming out of the weekend, so they're having some growing pains. It should be an interesting matchup tonight. They're missing a couple of their pretty strong wrestlers.
Yep.
Braxton Carr, who had a real nice freshman year last year, he's injured. Dominic Willis, he's also out tonight, out of the lineup. These guys didn't weigh in, so they won't be participating. So we'll see how this goes. It should be a real interesting matchup.
And a decent crowd tonight for wrestling. A packed house on this side of the gym, and we knew Laurel was going to travel, but I give credit. Ellwood City came out as well, so a really good way to kick off the wrestling season. I believe their next match will be, I think, the 16th. They've got the Sergeant David Walleye tournament later on, so we'll talk about their schedule a little bit later on in the evening. As the officials come out, we'll get our coin toss here to figure out.
So it looks like Willie Moore taking the flip for Laurel. We got Logan Shriver, Chris Quintanilla, Gabe Lilly for Ellwood.
Okay, yeah. So green will be Ellwood City, red will be Laurel Spartans.
So we're starting off at 139 tonight, Brad.
Perfect.
And that disc toss and the starting weight they've become very important here. So 139, Laurel's got to show first. So that means they're showing the odd matches first. Ellwood will be the evens. Which, kind of knowing what Coach Fleming has in mind, I think that's what he wanted.
Each match will be 3 periods, 2 minutes in length.
We have Gavin McClure for Ellwood. He's a sophomore, returning section champion. And I believe that's got to be Noah Spencer. Goes right to the head and arm. Got 2. Referee's holding 2 back points. Gavin really likes to go upper body here. Really likes the cow catcher, cement job, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like he's got a fall.
So great start for Ellwood City. Gavin McClure coming out in the gates. He'll pick up the victory. And by our calculations, that will improve him to 22-12 in his sophomore career. That's a great start. Like you said, Mr. Wally, got to start early and often, and that's a great way to start it.
You don't call Thad Mr. Sturgeon, do you?
I'm so prone to The guest speakers.
You're very, very polite, but I mean, we can go with Matt here.
I'll go with Matt then.
Okay, this is Shannon Ray Sykes for Ellwood. And not really sure which wrestler this is for Laurel. It's either Ashton Campbell or Nathan Hill.
And this is what, the
On
145?
a high crotch. And Ray needs to let go of that head. A little long on the reaction time for the locked hands there, but gotta get his head up on bottom. We're at 145 pounds. Usually when they have a couple wrestlers, we can hear the bench yelling instructions. We'll figure out who that is.
I believe I heard Nate, but I could be wrong.
Could be. There's a Nathan Hill weighed in at 145.
Back on our way here, minute 20 up on the board.
And just like you saw in the junior high match, we're giving up cross wrists. That's a reinforced chicken wing, reinforced bar. So lost the cross wrist, but still getting the least back points out of this. And that's bad shape. And there's the fall.
So just like that, we're back to even here, 6 apiece.
Okay, we're coming to 152 here. Laurel's got a show first. And Ellwood sending Colton Gulo, freshman. His first varsity action.
There's a lot of hand checking so far. We're going on a walk.
Yeah, even in that tie-up, they're head-to-head. They're keeping a safe distance. Nobody wants to commit right away.
Under a minute here in this first period.
Nobody's committed to an attack yet. We're just feeling each other out, working from space. Colton goes to a double collar.
Yeah.
Just put a little pressure on the back of that neck. It wears on an opponent for sure. So we got a stall warning on red, which Ellwood City, I believe, is red tonight, even though the home team's usually green. But since Laurel's wearing green, I believe that the referee requested that Laurel be the green team tonight, which I don't really see how Colton is stalling any more than the other guy. And he needs to just keep working that crossface. Work the hands up, ran out of time.
Yep.
Break those hands.
I think he just confirmed green is Ellwood. I think
Yes,
he just, yeah,
yes,
so we're okay.
It is green. Ellwood's green.
Yep.
Oh,
second
so he-
period. I think that
Ellwood's
delay.
green?
Yeah.
Okay, so he called the stalling on Laurel. All right.
Correct. Yep.
When I was over at the table earlier, he asked for Laurel to be green.
They just like to keep us on our toes.
Colton's up. Doesn't want to get stalemated here. Should just kick away. Forget reaching back over. Kick away. Get out of there. Now he can go to a front headlock Merkle position or side headlock Merkle position and get his 2 if he just lock it up. But as it is, that leg is preventing him from, okay, he gets 2 reversal. Now he's going to give it up instead of just locking around, get the side headlock. He's going to give the reversal right back. Worked up to his feet, still reaching back, but he's so aggressive up there. There's another reversal. He's getting back points, and he's got him in some trouble on the boundary. He needs to keep his two supporting points in bounds. Yeah, scoop under that arm is the right idea. He's going to have a hard time getting this done in bounds. So better. He's got 3 back points, bails, gives up another reversal. So Colton should have a 3-point lead here.
So about 18 seconds remaining in the period, 7-4.
Now this is an opportunity for Colton. 18 seconds, you ought to be able to score here. And hopefully end the scoring for this period. He's locking hands. He locked hands. 2 hands around. 2 hands locked around 2 legs. Is locked hands, and the referee did not. Okay, there it is. There's the call. Technical violation. I didn't think he was going to catch that, but Steve's an old veteran. He got it. Okay, so, Colton's up 4 points here. He needs to not worry so much about hanging on to a ride and getting in bad position. Right now he's hanging that arm, and he's asking for trouble. He needs to be wise. We don't want to stall, but we do want to control the pace. We won't ever admit to stalling. But with a 4-point lead, you can burn clock in a good position where you don't put yourself in trouble. Oh, this kid reached around his head and put himself in a horrible position. That should be a fall. Should be a fall all day. Colton needs to get out, make a tee. He's going to let him off his back, but he's trying to get a bundle, and he's still got him in deep trouble. There's a fall for Colton Gulo. First high school match comes up big. So Ellwood shows here, we're getting Gabe Lilly, Gabe's a student at Beaver Falls who we're co-oping with, but he grew up wrestling here. He started at REC, and despite my advice to his parents to move to Ellwood City, they wouldn't do it. And so he's still in Beaver Falls, but now that we have the co-op, he can wrestle here.
Which is great. That's awesome.
And he does most of his wrestling out of Gladiators down in Imperial.
Okay.
With my good buddies. So he goes to duck and doesn't get the back. He's got no takedown? Okay. So they're out of bounds. So he just goes to a half. He's kind of overwhelming this guy. Gabe's tough. He's coming right in. Even though he's at Beaver Falls, he was kind of a one-man team for them and I believe qualified for regionals. Yeah, he was 4th in the WPIL as a freshman, and I'm not sure. I think he was maybe 8th last year. I don't have that note. Maybe he was, I take that back. Maybe he was 4th last year. He's 28 and 16 in his first 2 years. A nice mat return right to a tilt. So he's racking up back points. Okay, but to be honest with you, at this point, I mean, he should be done with tilts. Now he's got a locked up cradle. It's nice and tight. We need a fall, not attack. He's got to get the knee to those ribs. We don't want to attack here. We want all the points we can get out of Gabe. He drops right into the head in the ribs cradle. He knows the goal here. He's not trying for attack.
Okay, so that'll end the period. 10-0 in favor of Lily.
So they're calling a caution on Gabe, but he's holding up the red wristband. Who knows? There's a deep half. He's got it hooked up on the other side he's got the far elbow trapped. Just needs to sink in. There's the fall.
It is.
Good work by Gabe. He didn't fool around racking up points to get that tech.
So good stuff there from Gabe Lilly. Picks up the 6 points there. 18-6 now in favor of Ellwood City.
So at 172, Laurel showing, and that's Willie Moore. Senior Chris Quintanilla from Ellwood City is coming out, and as we were discussing earlier, he's one of those guys that started in the youth and didn't quit. Keeps showing up, keeps improving, listens, he's a very coachable wrestler. Had a winning season last year as a junior. Looking to improve on that this year.
Let's go, Willie!
Trying to slide by to a Merkel. Honestly, I don't love it. He got dumped. Gave up 2. Chris will keep working for 6 minutes, though. He's reaching back, looking into a half, though. He'll fight it. Chris will fight, and he will go for 6 minutes. If the match lasts 6 minutes. Now he's got, Moore's got a bar. And we get a potentially dangerous. Stop that. Got to keep going. Chain wrestle from the bottom. The first move usually doesn't get you out. You got to string a couple together. And his elbow's in a bad spot. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Snyder, the referee, stops this. Well, he's a little better now. If that elbow starts sliding forward, that's illegal there. His hand's working forward on. Ten seconds left in the period. Chris just needs to survive this one. Get back to work. 3.
Okay.
And that's only 2 back points, so that limited the damage.
Remember, fans, when this evening's over, you can't stop at Pizza Joe's. It is the LSU Wrestling Night.
So now it looks like we're green again with the wristbands, and Chris chooses the top position after conferring with Coach Fleming. Peterson, and to a deep half, comes up to a deep half, and so Chris had a long time to fight off his back. Just needs to find a way to punch an arm through, get an arm between the bodies. It's going to be tough. Moore's holding his wrist now. Well, managed to fight off his back again. Chris will not give up. Now he's off. Had a chance to get a couple breaths, and you got to go. You can't just sit there and let the guy work on you from top.
About 15
Just needs to
seconds.
keep circling his feet.
5 up on the board. There we go. So that'll end the second period.
I can tell you that last year in a match, Chris was down 14-0 and came back and got a pin for the win.
About that.
He's going to keep trying. Keep coming at you.
7-4, 7-3. Come over to the scores table, collect your prize.
But that's kind of living dangerously. It doesn't happen too often. He's stuck on his back again. Best news would be if he could just get off and give up a tech, probably. It would be a decent outcome for Ellwood at this point. And I don't know. He needs to fight off there with everything he's got. Save a team point. If you can get off, you can save a team point. Slip that arm, whatever it takes, get it out, get into a potentially dangerous situation. Turn the other way. He's got to go. He's got to move. Nope.
That'll be official points there for the Spartans. Good, though. You said it. He almost went the full 6 no matter what. Give credit to Chris Quintanilla.
I mean, the problem was he really didn't have any kind of offense, any attacks.
He was on the defense
He
from
was
the start.
receiving the whole time and basically spent most of the match trying to fight off his back. Well, that's no way to live.
Yep.
Ellwood's going to forfeit at 89.
Okay.
And it'll be Jack Jack Miles taking the forfeit.
So that'll make the score officially 18-all.
So Laurel will show at 2:15. And Ellwood sending Nate Chandler, a sophomore.
Score update in the boys basketball game. It's 12-10 Ellwood City at Union. So Chandler here for Ellwood City. So we're about ready to go.
There's a go behind takedown. 2 and back points. 2 for the reversal, but he couldn't hold on to it. So he's got the escape. Oh, we don't want to do that. I don't know what you call that, giving a takedown away. Laurel's trying to sink a chicken wing, got it. With a far wrist trapped, and there's another fall.
So now give Laurel the lead here, 24-18. That was the 215 level, correct?
That was 215, right. We're going to 285. And Ellwood's got to send their wrestler first. Looks like it's going to be Evan Twiddell, who actually weighed in at 215, going to bump up. Laurel's got Casey Wilson. He's a talented young wrestler. I want to say he's a sophomore, but he's moving up from junior high last year. Let's see if I wrote that down.
We talked about Twiddell. He was lineman of the year for Ellwood City in
Casey
football.
Wilson is a sophomore. Yeah, he's 4-1 on the season. One of those wins was a forfeit. He's a good young heavyweight. Evan Twiddell wrestled years ago in REC, but hasn't been around since, so he's coming back out. He's at a disadvantage. You know, he's an athletic enough kid, but he's kind of at a disadvantage in experience here. Goes to a head and arm.
Okay.
But he lost the arm. Didn't get any points out of that. And he's still hanging on the head. He's going to get pinned here. Hanging on the head. He went out and tried it. But again, you know, you heard the Laurel fans gasp a little bit. They weren't expecting their guy to be in trouble here. But okay, as Wilson tried to bring him back inbounds, Twiddell was able to get off his back. That's a good fight. I mean,
Yep.
It really is. Like I said, this guy hasn't wrestled in years and years and years, and you know, so it's not only his first varsity match, but first in a long, long time. I believe Wilson's in the 260, 265-pound range. So, you know, Evan's giving up a lot of weight too.
Yep. About 50-some pounds.
It takes a good bit of effort to get off your back when you got one of the heavies on top of you.
Okay, so second period here, 8-0. This bout here for Laurel.
I mean, when you're an inexperienced wrestler, you know, sometimes those first few seconds to a minute, things are going okay, and then they kind of hit a wall mentally. Like,
Yep.
what do I do now? I'm out of things to try.
Yep.
And they kind of just lock up. And you can see Evan went for another head and arm, but it wasn't nearly as good of an attempt. It was just kind of, I guess I need to do something, and this is what I could think of, but that ends in a fall for Laurel.
So, good first start there for Twiddell, making it tough. Well, points will go to Laurel there, 30-18 now.
Okay, we wrap around to 107 now. And Laurel doesn't have one. They didn't weigh anyone in, and Ellwood weighed in Noah Arlett, who is very new to the team, but he's going to collect 6 for the Wolverines.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of that when we're done tonight. That way I have a roster that's updated. So 6 points there in favor of Ellwood City at the 107 level.
And now Ellwood's got a show first at 114. So the choices here are it's going to be either Logan Shriver or Cheyenne Berglund. Whatever Coach Fleming decides. He's sending out Cheyenne. And I believe this is Archer Brua from Laurel. So what's going to happen is Logan will bump up to 114, or to 121, excuse me. Derek Allen will bump up from 121 to 127. Go after the Ketzel brothers. But we got Cheyenne and Brua out here first. And she's got her head snapped underneath. She's in a cow catcher position. Whipped over to her back. He's going to try to walk that arm away from her body. And she gets off her back, but he's right to a half. She's got the half worked out. It looks like Brewer's got a leg in. A ride with a leg. And yeah, that's a stalling on bottom. All she was doing was holding on to his hand, not trying to improve any, and that's the right call. Now there's a deep half, far wrist. Far wrist tied up, 40 seconds left. I don't love the position he's choosing to try to pin her in. I always like chest to chest. You say making a T, get perpendicular with your opponent when you have a half. But it looks like he's kind of lost the half and scooped an elbow. Now he's back working into that T position where he's dropping his weight on her chest. And there's another fall. So Archer Brewer, the winner at 114.
Okay, so 6 more points there for Laurel as they take a 12-point advantage here, 36-24. That was the 114 level, so we're headed towards 121. Score update there for Ellwood City basketball. Boys up 29-24 with a minute remaining before halftime.
Brad, let's try to focus on wrestling, okay?
All right, so the
Okay,
120
Logan
level.
Shriver out here, and this will be Logan Ketzel. I have my Ketzels straight. Ketzel scores with a go behind. Not a lot going on here, just fighting for hand control, wrist ride. Neither wrestler really doing much at all. Personally, I'm a fan of the double stall call, which you almost never see anymore. But get them both warned, so that the next stall ends a point for whoever picks up the action. It's probably more of the thing you'll see in neutral anyway. Now Ketzel's working. He's got him broken down. At least attempted a crossface cradle. But it's still a parallel ride. I mean, he's really not making any concerted effort a little bit to break him down. Not much, and not a lot to turn.
So second period here.
So Laurel chooses down. Shriver's got a leg laced. He was looking for a three-quarter Nelson. Kind of. He's out over the arm too far for my liking. He's going to try to lace a leg and regain position, which I think he got that leg laced in back to anchor him in. Yeah, he has a lace. So that helps him. But having that arm draped just gives the bottom wrestler something to grab onto. You don't want to be out over top of the arms, usually, especially if the guy's still on his base and not broken flat. Now he's got him broken flat. He can go to work. Need to keep the hip pressure, keep him down, and as he's given openings with his arms as he works his way up. But you got to keep him down with hip pressure. Logan's got a leg in, but he's awfully high. Ketzel's going to try to swim to the head. Now Logan's got him stretched. He's improving a little. He's still giving up his head. I prefer Laurel's position right here, honestly. Might get a stalemate out of this.
.15 seconds in the period.
There's the stalemate. We
Yep.
waited a long time for that call. But, you know, high school dual matches, they tend to be a lot quicker with the whistle in Hershey. But
All right. So that'll end the period.
oh, now Laurel has choice in it. This period we must have taken top. They were 21. I believe should have been Laurel's choice in the second. There's that arm hanging out in front. It's just hanging on for dear life now. This isn't a good position, and that's what happens when you hang an arm over the top. He needs to just bail on this and restart. And there's the reversal.
.45 seconds.
He hasn't really shown any movement from the bottom, so he's got to get something going here. We're down to almost a little more than 30 seconds here. And he's not moving. And there's a stall on bottom. And again, reaching back like for that leg does absolutely no good. That's just gets shoved off on a little bit there. Oh, rubbing in a little bit at the end, but you know. If you don't like it, go win.
All right, so 3 points there for Laurel, 39-24.
And this dual match is over. So Derek Allen comes out, and this will be Reed Ketzel for Laurel.
Let's go, Reed!
Daryl's going with a front bundle. Looking like he might get something out of it. Gives up on that. He's going to need to work the hands apart. Get off your knees. Hip pressure into him. Now he's got a bundle, front bundle on the other side. Circle the head, and you're going to get it. There it is. Takedown. We're getting back points. Derek can get his 5 count now. Adjust. Try to get the pin now. Oh, he's got this deep. That bundle's deep, and he's coming to the other side. He's got a lot of time here. Settle in. Prefer to see him get perpendicular again, and since he didn't, he ends up off his back. Derek goes right back to the crossface, back to the bundle. Really never released the crossface, so he's just continues to bundle him. And there's a pin for Derek Allen. Bumped up to 127.
So 6 points there for the Wolverines, courtesy of Derek Allen.
And the last varsity match of the night is going to be Maurice Smith and I believe Seth Weldon for Laurel. And you can't be a much taller 133-pounder than Maurice. Oh, there was a locked hands. Did he give him a takedown? Can't be a locked hands if there's no takedown, so I guess he gave him reaction time. Now we're just kind of rolling around like, I don't know what. They're not done rolling yet. They're not done with this. Okay. Nobody's established control. Maurice closes off a double. Nice takedown, Maurice. And again, we're back to the crossface. He's going bundle. You can see what Coach Fleming's working in the room, right? He loves the crossfaces, crossface cradle, bundle. I know he'll show a Turk out of there, but I know that's not his favorite. But he loves crossface cradles and bundles. With good reason. They're finishers. You get one, you should wind up with a pin. Maurice needs to block his opponent's head with his knee and keep walking. Adjust his hand, block with the knee, adjust your hands, and finish the circle. Now he's lost the bundle, but he's still in control. He needs to realize he's still in control. Take the chin with his cow catcher. Does he have the chin? Can't quite see. Yeah, he does. Okay.
15
Keep horsing
seconds.
him. Horse him. You know what? It's not time to be nice, Maurice. You got to reach down there and rip his face across. That's it. If you accidentally pop him with a knee, so what? So you got no back points out of that, and you know, it's not a nice thing to do, but what he needed to do was reach down, scrape across his face with his knuckles, and just rip his head to the other side. I mean,
So I'll get
you're not allowed to strike your opponent, but
right.
if you use a knuckle to drive his face in the direction that you want it to go, there's nothing wrong with that.
So I'll take a look in the face area there for
Yeah, we're
Laurel
on blood
Spartans.
time here. He's got a little nosebleed or maybe a bloody lip. Can't really tell.
Maurice is getting some instructions here from Fleming. A little bit of a break here. For those wondering, you can check us out on our website, www.ecwolverines.com. That's where we'll have all of our live streams, including this one. And I believe there are 4 home matches for wrestling. And if our schedule works out, we should be able to cover all 4. And I definitely know guaranteed we'll definitely be there for senior night.
We're not taking
But we're-
road trips, Brad.
We'll see.
Next
I'm
match,
hoping.
Next dual match is Summit Academy, right? That's always a fun.
I'm
fun
hoping.
drive.
I'm hoping to expand the horizon of events. As long as things don't overlap, that's what always happens. So second period action here.
Well, you let me know if you want to go.
Absolutely.
I'll make myself available.
100%.
If I'm not fired after this performance. See, Maurice hung on the head and just basically put himself on his, he got off his back. So, got that much out of it. But he hung on the head too long. Some of our less experienced guys, they just have to learn. Sometimes it's better to let go.
Yep.
Yeah, you might give up some points here, but don't put yourself in a really bad position. Letting go is not always the worst thing. That's not a deep half at all. The shoulder slipping is not near fall criteria right now. He's still not 45 degrees. But he needs to free the forearm, really, and then he could get some movement going. And now he's lost position, and there's the fall. So, I mean, as you mentioned, both teams have a good number of wrestlers. We have some kids that didn't get on the mat. I think they're probably going to try to get some exhibition matches here, what we used to call JV matches.
Mm-hmm. So that'll officially end the scoring-wise for this match at 45-30 in favor of Laurel. We'll see if we're going to get any JV. It doesn't look like it. Oh, no, they're lining up, so maybe. We'll let this play out here a little bit, see what we got.
I do get overtime for this, right, Brad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Again, folks, for those who want to support Ellwood City Wrestling, I think it's tonight at Porter's. Oh boy, at Pizza Joe's. If you order any food,
Ellwood City Pizza Joe's.
Yep, Ellwood City. Ellwood City Pizza Joe's. If you order some food, order some pizza, some of the proceeds will go right back into the Ellwood City program. We do appreciate the Ellwood City Pizza Joe's supporting us, and I hope some of this crowd that's leaving out here take that little drive. All right, so there we go. Good, perfect. So we're going to have 2 exhibition matches here to finish this evening wrestling-wise.
So good job by Laurel tonight. Mentioned their coaching staff, head coach Kevin Carmichael, Jay Matteo, who's was an excellent wrestler at Laurel himself. Antonio Reyna, the junior high guys, Billy Ray Moore, Braden Strohecker, Big Mitch Miles is back with the program, helping coach down there. Braden was an Ellwood guy. I had some choice words for him. Oh, there's Mason Barsati out on that for his first action, sitting here next to his grandfather, who's filming away. Mason goes to the head and arm. He lost the arm hug, gave the arm up. Of course, Ellwood City, coached by John Fleming, assisted by Chuck Henderson. Donnie Kerr also, who's not in attendance tonight. He needs to lock his hands around that. He's got the headlock. He's got to crush your headlock. He got it. And he's in good position. Settle in there, Mason. Sag on him. Get your weight on him. I personally would have taught him to cover the air holes, which isn't entirely legal. But if you get away with it, you get away with it. He needs to slide that hand to the elbow because he's slipping out of the legal position. And we got a good bit of time. I think we're going to get it here. Grandpa Barsati, do you have any comments to make?
It's a very good job. Very good job. Well trained. Well trained.
Of course, that's Doc Barsati. Everybody in Ellwood knows this guy, right? The Candy Man, Ellwood City Candy, and one of the just best guys around. So he told me tonight it was the first wrestling match he's ever attended, and he comes to see his grandson get a pin right off the bat. I think he might be back. I think that might be back. Maybe we could get some candy bars for the team after weigh-ins. I don't know.
There goes that overtime pay.
Let's see. This is thinking Cam Sorelli. He's taken down and put to his back. Probably wishes I hadn't gotten his name out there before the match ended and nobody would have known. Sorry.
All right, folks, so there is the final here of matches for tonight's competition against Laurel. Laurel will pick up the victory. And they'll start section play with a 45-30 victory over Ellwood City. Ellwood City will be back in action on the 16th at the Sergeant David Walleye Wallace Tournament. And then after that, they'll be back in section play on the 20th of December at Summit Academy. And for sure, guaranteed, one of our next broadcasts will definitely see what we can do schedule-wise. For sure, we'll be there for January the 3rd, right after the New Year's. They'll be facing at home against Hampton Talbots. So there's that.
I was just going to mention that any complaints about the bias or the bluntness of the color commentary should be directed to Brad Windhorst at gmail.com.
Thad Sturgeon.
Sorry. Thad Sturgeon. Okay.
So we do appreciate Mr. Matt Wally tonight helping us out here, calling some stuff. And before you leave, we'll make sure to get a copy of the roster. That way we're ready to go for the season. We do appreciate you folks checking in tonight as we kicked off wrestling. And good luck the rest of the way for Laurel. Ellwood City, again, back in action on the 16th. Score update, third quarter. Ellwood City is up 10 on the Union Scotties in boys basketball. Our next broadcast will be Friday night, boys basketball against Ambridge. This Friday night back here, Thad Sturgeon will be here, myself, Brad Windhorst, and Dakota Marshall on camera. So once again, thank you to Mr. Matt Wally, again to Ellwood City Wrestling. Before we go off, make sure you go to Pizza Joe's in Ellwood City, buy and order some pizza. If you don't want to eat it tonight, it's great for leftovers the next day for lunch. So on behalf of Ellwood City Sports, good night, folks, and we'll see you Friday night.